All right, everybody. Well, welcome to the Most Okayest podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys showing up today. As you can see, though, we are once again without Tyler. But that's for a good reason. We can finally announce that Tyler has had his son. He was born yesterday. So this is going to be the first in maybe a few episodes he misses, but that's okay. You know, he's got a kid to take care of now. We're happy. We're happy for him. We're happy for his wife. We're just excited. It's
Yeah,
nice. It's a good time. You know.
celebration, man. It was so awesome.
Oh yeah,
For us to be that support system for him, and then of course to Abby too. Like, congratulations to both of you. Like,
yeah,
ain't
yeah.
nothing like that, man.
Oh yeah, big
Best
time.
feeling in the world.
Yep. We love you guys. You guys rest. You guys spend time with your son. Take as long as you need. Uh, we'll hold it down. So.
Yep. Hold it down here, man.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's the announcement we wanted to get out of the way first. Tyler is now officially a dad. Garcia, you have what? 3 kids?
Yep, 3 kids, man.
Dang.
hmm
I'm still.
Fatherhood.
I say I'm still single, so I'm good.
Enjoy it while you can, man.
You know I do.
hmm I don't know.
But so today we're gonna be a little short. Garcia's got somewhere to be in about an hour, and like I said, Tyler's not here, so we're just gonna hop right into it right away. Let's start with the Week 7 games. Let me go ahead and pull those up real quick so we have
Same here.
them. And boom. Alright. So, starting with Week 7. The Thursday night game, Broncos Browns. I feel like it was the weakest of the primetime games so far. It does say 14-17, but I mean, again, like last week, this close score does not indicate the level the Broncos played at. They played terribly. I mean, the Browns had what, like 18, 19 people out, and Denver still couldn't put up more than 14 points. So that's just terrible.
It, I was watching the game, of course, and I just couldn't help but think about that. Browns offensive line, man. You plug any running back. Granted, you're playing the Broncos, right? You guys are struggling as it is, but
Yeah,
plug any running back there, and that line is gonna tear you up, man. Like, they're gonna tear that team up, and they just good performance, man.
yeah.
Legit.
You can't take anything away from the Browns. Even hurt, they still have a decent team.
Yeah,
And I mean, yeah, we are struggling on defense. I think Vaughn got hurt last week, and now he's out
yep,
this week at least.
he
So
did.
that's another thing to add. We actually had to go and we traded for a linebacker from the LA Rams. So, I mean, yeah, our defense is banged up and our offense is kind of banged up, but I mean, at the same time, it's a professional football team. People, in the wings have to be ready to go. It's got to be next man up.
Yep.
Um, but I will die on this hill. You Tyler and you can say whatever you want
Okay.
that the team needs to execute, but the coaching's abysmal. The coaching is
hmm
terrible. Pat Shermer doesn't know what he's doing. And I mean, I don't think I'm the only person because I've seen it. People are calling for it on all the social media platforms. They want Shermer to be fired, and I can't disagree. I mean, he is terrible. The guy does run, and then he has to throw on 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, or 3rd and 15 because we got a holding call or something. And then we're pressured into that situation. We can't convert, and then I mean, yeah, our defense gets outplayed from time to time, but I mean, a lot of that is you can't do anything if the offense is going three and out, three and out, three and out, and you're on the field all the time. You get exhausted, you get tired, and I think that's the killer. I think honestly, that's the killer. Is that those first few weeks when we won those games? Yeah, you can say it you want. We played against terrible teams, but we had a plan. We were throwing short routes, we were throwing medium routes, we were doing screens and stuff. We were keeping the play calling mixed up for a good portion of those games, and that's why we were winning. But you start going against these heavyweights, and for some reason, the offensive coordinator thinks that we have to like match their playing ability. It's like, no, man, just play the way that you know how to play to the strengths of the offense, and
Right.
we're gonna do fine. But I mean, I don't know. I think with the trades that Patton did this week, Patton isn't ready to give up on this season. But I mean, if you're truly not ready to give up on this season, Shermer gets one more game. That's it.
Right.
If the offense underperforms this week, he needs to be gone. And if Fangio is unwilling to get rid of him and get a new coordinator, Fangio needs to be gone. Because if you have any hope in this season, if we lose this week, we'll be what 3-5. So
I think so. Yep.
I mean, if you still have any hope in salvaging this season, Shermer needs to go first. And if Fangio is unwilling to fire him, fire the whole staff. I mean, keep Ed Donatel. He's not a terrible defensive coordinator, but I mean, yeah, something's got to be done. Otherwise, the Broncos are screwed, and this season's already a wash. And that sucks saying it in week 8. So
You bring up some valid points too.
yeah,
Like, and another thing I had saw during the game was their body language, man. Like something's off.
I,
It's not just the play calling. It's not just it's the players, and I think Fangio's losing the locker room.
well, I think he already has. I
Yeah.
think. I mean, I even said it to you guys when the game was happening. I think
Hmm.
that they know they're not being put in a position to win,
Yep.
and they don't want to have to put it all on their shoulders because I mean, say what you will, and an offense and a defense are supposed to play at a certain level, but you can't be running, a power defense if your guys aren't strong. You have to be running a speed defense. You have to be doing this, you have to be doing that. You can't if a guy sucks at man coverage, then you just can't run a man defense. You have to run zone and you have to make up for it somewhere else. So I mean, it's the same thing on offense. If your offensive line isn't built to run people over and they're just built to run toss plays or outside handoffs or whatever, that's the strength you have to play to. And the team, I think, is showing that body language. They're showing like that I don't want to play, I don't care kind of attitude because they don't want to play. They don't want to play for a team that's going to misuse their talents,
Right.
and then they're just going to keep losing anyway. I mean, I think Teddy was on like a local NBC, like a Denver NBC station earlier this week, and he said like it's not time to panic, but it almost is. He said that we don't need to freak out yet. We're still only one game under 500, but if we keep playing the way we're playing, we're going to get destroyed by everybody else that we have to play because the Broncos schedule only gets tougher from here. They have to play the rest of the division games the last 11 weeks of the season, and then they have to. We still have to play Cincinnati, who is probably the best team in the AFC right now. I mean, they destroyed the Ravens last week. I mean, we'll get to that.
Yeah. We'll get to we'll get to that.
But I mean, yeah, something needs to happen. I mean, somebody's got to either take control or somebody's got to get fired or something, or because otherwise the season's already over. But that's enough talking about the Broncos. It's been
No, I'm with you, man. I
as a,
don't disagree whatsoever.
yeah, as I say, it's been 7 minutes, so we'll go on.
No, but just to let you know though too. On a side note, I do got time, man. Like
Yeah.
6:30 my time though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not your time, my time. So
Uh,
we're good, man. We can slow down a little bit.
okay, because
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta make
No,
sure,
no,
I gotta make sure you get out of here on.
no. 6:30 my time, 7:30 your time.
All right.
We're good.
But let's see. We have the next game, the Chiefs and the Titans. I think we all expected the Chiefs to lose. I didn't expect them to lose like that, though. Like they
No,
got
neither
they
did
got
I.
destroyed. Um, you can't even bring up the possibility because it sounds stupid when you say it. But for at least this season, is Mahomes a wash?
Yes.
Like at least this year.
I just think teams are, figuring him out. He's doing way too much. Like that's what he
Mhm.
did years past though. But now that he's still doing the same, defenses are adjusting to it now. And it doesn't help that, he doesn't have as many weapons. Like he's not even utilizing Travis Kelsey like he usually does
No, no, not at
from
all.
that perspective at all. Like their running game, I don't even think they have a running game either. he's just throwing the ball and he's doing too much. And I think he's slowly realizing that, and so are defenses. So I mean, they're vulnerable big time. Like I don't see them going far, or even maybe not making the playoffs.
I was gonna say I know it sounds dumb saying out loud, but they might miss it. They might miss
Hmm.
it this year. And that would really suck for them to go from a Super Bowl winning team to losing in the championship to just flat out missing. um, oh, Tyler's in here. We got Tyler in. Uh,
Nice.
the proud Papa is here.
What up, man?
What's going on, man? But yeah, I think Mahomes is a wash, man. He can't utilize him. Teams are double teaming Kelsey with a line. Yeah, they are. That I mean, they they know how to play the Chiefs offense now. They
Yep.
100% know how to play the Chiefs offense, and I don't know where they fix it. I don't know if this is a Mahomes trying too hard, or if they need to change up their offensive scheme, or what. But I mean, if they don't reverse things, I mean, they're in danger of missing the playoffs. And I mean, that would be a huge blow to a fan base that has just like got accustomed to being good. Because I mean, um, like how when we got Peyton and
Right.
then we started playing really well. I mean, before Peyton, the last time we had made the playoffs was what? Well, we made Tebow, but I mean before that, was Jake Plummer in 2006, right? Was that the first time
Oh my God,
up
probably.
up until Tebow? So when we had Peyton and we were winning games, it was nice and it was nice and it was nice. But we lost Peyton, and the last 5 years have been terrible. And I don't think the Chiefs are going to go through that kind of thing where one bad season is going to lead to multiple bad seasons.
No.
But as a fan, that thought creeps into your head. You're like, oh god, are we about to like go back into the dark ages? And are we just gonna suck? Um, I don't think they'll have that kind of panic attack. But I mean, something needs to be figured out because
I mean,
Mahomes.
it's an off year, man.
Yeah,
It's an off year. I mean, they're not the best team, man. They're not. I mean, they got holes and they got to fix that shit fast.
yeah.
I
Tyler
mean, it starts
says.
with you
Um,
say.
so Tyler said Mahomes is trying too hard to make the big plays, big and electric plays. They go back to making simple plays, they'll be fine. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Um, the thing is, what do you do as an offense to bring about that culture? 'Cause, I mean, the last 3 or 4 seasons, they have been actively doing that with great success, and I mean, it is really hard to go from a team that can take shot plays and hit them more times than not to becoming, 7, 8 yard team and sticking to that mindset because you want to take those shots. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to I don't know how to well phrase that because I'm saying is they're not going to settle for those short plays the whole time, and you don't want them to like do well in a first half where they're doing
Right.
like 7, 8 yard plays and then take a shot third quarter, get that shot, and then get away from those short plays and then lose a game. Because then like that just destroys your whole psyche as a team if you're gonna like play well and then you suck in the second half. Trust me, Bronco fan,
And Tyler brings up good point, man. Like
yeah.
their defense is trash.
Oh
Like
yeah,
they have to improve their defense. Like in the off season, they have to address that. And I think I had brought that up during my four downs, right? Where this past off season, they didn't really add too many defensive playmakers.
oh
They
no.
focused on the O line, and it was one O line. That was it. So
No,
I'm like, you got to change the formula a little bit. You got to adjust. Like defenses are adjusting to him. They got to start executing their plays, stop being creative, execute it like it should be. Maybe we could see a difference, but Patrick Mahomes I mean, he's a different type player, man. Like
yeah.
he's been doing it for so long. Are we going to see anything different? It's hard
Uh,
to say.
I mean, they got to figure something out. But yeah, their defense is trash.
Still ranked at the bottom.
And I mean,
I'll go into depth with
oof.
it too with my four downs for this one because I got some interesting stats for y'all.
Oh, all right, okay. But let's move on from that too. Washington against the Packers, that played out like I thought it would.
Yep.
It was in Lambeau, and I mean, Washington's defense isn't terrible. Their offense isn't terrible, but they're not a team that's going to challenge the Packers in Lambeau. I don't think they have been in a while. I don't think they will be for a while.
No.
The shock of the week. I think we all picked the Ravens, and the Bengals went into Baltimore and just smacked them around.
What a game! What a game! Any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Say it every week, man. There's always one game. This was it.
Yeah, and I mean that is one of those things like you said, at any given Sunday. But it's one of those things that I've also brought up is, does this mean the Bengals are legit? I mean, they almost lost to the Vikings. They won that game, right? Or did the Vikings beat them that game a couple weeks back? But I mean,
I can't remember.
But I mean, regardless,
it was close.
Yeah, but regardless, it was a close game against the Vikings, and the Vikings aren't all that good. But the Ravens, everybody was talking about how the Ravens are supposed to be this powerhouse of a team. We were talking about it last week, how you know who's going to beat the Ravens. I mean, the only people that we think can give them a fight are the Bills. And then Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and what's the name of that other kid that they have? CJ.
For who?
For the Bengals, that their other tight end, CJ. It's like Uzama.
Ujima or something. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, he comes out and he has a day, and it's like, what in the world? I want to know the person, aside from like an avid Bengal fan, who would have gone out and said, yeah, the Bengals are going to beat the Ravens by 25 points, 24 points.
I'm gonna bring this up too. Yeah. I'm looking at their schedule, right?
Yeah.
So they lost to Chicago by 20-17, and then they lost to Green Bay in overtime, 25-22. Every other game wasn't a blowout; it was close games. But to lose by 3, this team look strong, man, and they came out of nowhere too. I mean, I knew they were going to be good this year, but to do that against Baltimore, that was a shocker, man.
Well, I mean, like Burrow looked good before he got hurt last year. He wasn't at this level by any means.
No, not at all.
He was good, and I thought he might make a jump second year. He might do a little better, but I never would have imagined them going into Baltimore and beating Baltimore by 24 points.
And it also helps that he has that chemistry with Jamar Chase, though, too, back in LSU.
Yeah,
like you could see it, man. Like, it's crazy. Talking crap about Jamar Chase in the preseason, and look at him now.
Oh yeah,
leading all rookie wide receivers.
Yeah, he's the front runner for offensive rookie of the year. Like, one game doesn't diminish how good the Ravens are. They are solid, and Lamar is still in the running. Yeah, I'm not saying the Ravens are. I'm not saying the Ravens are bad. I'm just saying, are the Bengals this good? Like,
yeah, Ravens will still be the Ravens. Yeah. I just think this was the one game where I'm saying, like, any given Sunday, like, this was a shocker. Like, I still think the Ravens are still going to be good. They got to play one more game this year, right? This is a divisional game.
Yeah, this is divisional. So, I mean, they got one more game. And it's going to be in Cincinnati, too. So, I mean,
it's going to be a good finish between these two. Like, I could see them in the playoffs playing again, too.
Oh, yeah, I could see them definitely having a 3-game series this year. I could definitely see that.
But as a one game, though, yeah, any given Sunday.
And,
boom.
It's still definitely don't take anything away from the Ravens. Don't do it. They're gonna be 1 or 2 in the standings. If somehow the Bengals end up winning the North, and the Ravens end up losing, they're still gonna be the highest ranked wildcard team. But like I said, are the Bengals that good? And I mean, Tyler's saying, yes, they are. They are that good. Health is a factor with that team. If Mixon and Burrow stay healthy, then yes, they are that good. And I mean, see, Tyler's gonna say it.
They just have to sustain it, though. Like, they are good now.
Yeah.
But can they stay healthy and sustain it? If they can, AFC better watch out.
Oh, yeah. And I mean,
I want to see the Bills and the Bengals play. That's a game I'd want to see.
That would be it. Do they even? They might play this season.
I'm looking at the schedule now, and they do not play.
They do not. Well, that would be an interesting game in the playoffs.
Yeah, but they got to make it there. They got it. They got the good record now.
They got to make it there. They got to do that. Okay, another game I did not expect. We were praising him for the first couple weeks, and we were talking about how Sam Darnold could be comeback player of the year. But the Panthers 3, the Giants 25, and I know Sam Darnold got hurt, right, that game. I'm pretty sure he got hurt like in the second quarter.
He was benched.
Oh, was he benched? Oh,
he was
wow.
benched for PJ Walker, their backup quarterback.
Geez. That's
it was
terrible.
that bad.
Wow. That's sad. I honestly thought he got hurt. I didn't know he got benched. So, yeah, I mean, chalk that up as a bad early season take. The Panthers are just as garbage as ever. You know, we honestly those first like 3-4 weeks I was like, man, Sam Darnold, this is the career revival, man. This is the place he deserves to be. I don't know how you come back from a 3-25 loss against the Giants. Like, yeah. I'm gonna be the bad guy here. The Giants are terrible. The Giants are terrible. I feel like the Giants
are a terrible team.
They could be replaced with a college team, and you wouldn't really tell the difference. But I mean, for the Panthers to get beat like that, I mean, I'm expecting to see their game this weekend. I'm expecting to see people pull out paper bags. Like, I mean, they're gonna go that route. They're gonna be like, okay,
it's gonna be close.
I came with the paper bag. Let's see how well they do. By the second quarter, they'll pull them out if they're playing terribly. They'll be like, okay, sorry. They'll just leave. I don't have a whole lot of analysis. Mm-hmm. I don't have a whole lot of critical thinking on that game. It's just that's disgusting. That's sad.
It's more shock. I didn't expect it to be like that, and for Sam Darnold to go downhill that fast.
Oh yeah, and I mean it was quick. I mean he started playing bad week 4, and I mean we all chalked that up as like, okay, it was a bad week, but then he threw 3 interceptions in week 5, and it's just been downhill since. So yeah, that's bad.
No comment.
Yeah. But then the game after that, we have the Falcons 30, Dolphins 28. That was a pretty close game. I didn't watch this game. I didn't watch the highlights for this game. I don't even know what happened. But cool, the Falcons won.
I just know Matt Ryan is utilizing Kyle Pitts more in this offense. Yeah. Like they're moving. Like you're starting to see a difference.
Finally.
Sure. Yeah, finally. But it goes to, can they sustain it though?
Yeah, that's also true.
And they got a good game this week too.
Yeah.
Who do they play?
But I mean, all I cared about was Tua. He was my fantasy team, so that's all I cared about. I think he gave me like 50 points, so I was happy with that. I didn't care.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, they're two teams that aren't really gonna be a factor in the playoffs. I don't think the Falcons are even gonna make it. The NFC is stacked this year. The Dolphins, they're third in the AFC East.
Yeah, I don't see them doing anything. Even if they do trade for Deshaun Watson, I don't see them doing anything.
Yeah, I don't see anything coming out of this season for them. Jets, Pats, that was a display of how good Mac Jones could be. I mean, it's against the Jets, but there is that, there is that old standard, that requirement of a quarterback. When you're playing teams you should destroy,
right,
you have to destroy them. And the Patriots came out and they whooped up on the Jets. Like,
he understood the assignment.
Yeah. I mean, a 13-54 final. I mean, I think Brady only did that a couple times, once or twice, where he put up 50 plus against a team.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. It's every week, man. This guy's improving.
Yeah.
Like, it's scary. Like, I could see this team making the playoffs, sneaking in on a wild card spot.
I could definitely see them sneaking in, yeah. Tyler says, if I don't answer, it's because I fell asleep. Baby is asleep, and so is Abby. Okay, that's fine, man.
Hey, you got to get that sleep, man.
You gotta,
when the baby sleeps, you sleep.
You got to rest when you can, dude.
You have to.
But yeah, I mean, the Patriots they almost beat the Cowboys last week, and then they came out and destroyed the
Yeah.
Jets. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to keep up or beat the good teams, and you're supposed to destroy the bad ones. That's exactly that's all you can ask out of your team. So,
Yep.
then we have the Eagles and the Raiders, 33-22. A little closer than I expected, to be honest. I thought the Raiders were going to do a little better, but I mean, can't take them away from the Eagles. They're not a terrible team either. It's just, it's just one of those fun games to watch. You know, both offenses are playing pretty well. The defenses didn't play too terribly. I mean, it didn't get out of hand. There wasn't like 40-point or 50-point scored by either team. So,
Derek Carr, he's playing lights out too.
yeah,
Like he's having his best season ever, and this offense is rolling.
and I mean, it's good that he is, because people were questioning coming into the season, you know, is he going to go somewhere else? They're going to draft for another kid next year. Because, I mean, this is what? This is his 8th season now? Something like that? He's up there. And, I mean, they haven't really done much with him. He's had flashes of greatness.
Right.
But, I mean, I think, you know, after almost a decade, you're kind of like, okay, I mean, come on. You know, it's time to move on. So, I can't say I'm hoping they do well. I'm a Broncos fan. I can't do that, especially they're the Raiders. But I mean, it's nice to see that Derek Carr's actually doing something. I still hope they lose, but yeah,
Yeah, we'll see.
we'll see. Rams Lions 19-28, with the Rams winning, coming out on top. It was expected that the Rams were going to win. I didn't think that the Lions were going to put 19 on them. There was a point in this game where it was like, what, 11-7, like right at half or something.
So. At the beginning, it looked shaky at the beginning, but the
Yeah,
Rams
and then
they pulled through.
they pulled it out, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's expected. Nothing to say about that. I mean, the Lions, I feel for them, man. They shouldn't be winless. Or have they won a game yet? I don't think they've won a game.
0-7.
Yeah.
0-7.
I mean, they shouldn't be winless. They've had a lot of close games. I think they've only got blown out once, like blown out once. I mean, even this, it's a 9-point loss, but I mean, this was one everybody expected them to lose too. So,
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't think it would be close at all, but for 9 points, hey.
And it's really unfortunate that they are 0-7. I mean, you take away the Tucker field goal, you take away some of the close games. I mean, they're sitting right where Denver is. They're probably 3-4. You know, they're in the middle of the road right now, and they have a potential to make the playoffs still. But at 0-7, I mean, yeah, it's. I hope they don't lose that fighting spirit. I hope they play to the end and they play, the way they should, so they can get a couple wins in. But they're not gonna make the playoffs at 0-7. So
no, they're done. I mean, playing for pride right now, but still.
Yeah. Bears Bucks. I mean, I didn't expect anything.
We knew that was coming.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything less. It was 38-3 in favor of the Bucks. Brady threw 4 touchdowns by half. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed they didn't throw more, but they didn't have to. So yeah. It's just one of those games where it's the greatest of all time against a rookie, and I mean Tom Brady isn't going to lose against a rookie. It's just not going to happen.
No, it's not, and it sucks. Like with the Bears situation and Justin Fields, like it freaking sucks. I want to see more every week, man, but it's just I don't know what's going on, man.
It's this one you can chalk up as inevitable. This one was going to happen.
You're playing the GOAT. Like, come on.
Yeah, this is one that you don't worry about it. You just move on and you go, I was playing the greatest to ever live, so
Just stay healthy. That's all that matters.
Don't get hurt and just keep your head up. Texans Cardinals, expected that too.
Nope, move on.
No, move on. Okay, we'll move on.
Can't stand that crap.
We'll move past it. It's all good. We won't talk about it.
Cardinals are the Cardinals, man. Like, yeah. I will say that.
They're the best team in the NFL right now.
They are.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I think we all knew that Kyler was going to hit this point one, sooner rather than later. And it's now. I mean, now's the opportunity that they have. So
They if they want to win, it's this year.
yeah,
Like,
hopefully they stay healthy. Hopefully they can make it to the end of the season, because if they do, Arizona might win a Super Bowl.
it's possible. I could see it.
It'd be really sad that this is the year that Fitz left, and then they win a Super Bowl. But yeah, maybe they can have him in the press box or something. They can just have him there for when it happens.
Oh my gosh.
Because I mean, it sucks being a Fitz fan and then seeing this happen too. Because you're like, if he'd have just stayed, they could have just kept him on the practice squad. I know you're hurting. I know you're old, but just sit on the bench, man. Just win that ring. But yeah. Let's see. Sunday night game, we had Colts and Niners. You and Diver picked the Niners. I mean, you had good logic. It was in San Francisco,
and it was in the rain too. It was during that bomb cyclone.
Yeah, but I mean, like we talked about last week, Carson Wentz, man,
Jonathan Taylor too, man.
Yeah, like, Jonathan Taylor played a hell of a game last week.
Took over the game, and we knew that was going to happen.
Oh yeah.
I was just expecting more. Like, I saw San Francisco with their first drive running the ball. I'm like, cool, man, they got this. This is how they're going to do it, and they just came out flat in the second half. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But it goes to like you said, Carson Wentz, Jonathan Taylor. Like, watch out for the Colts, man.
Yeah, they have the potential. They definitely have potential. So if they're healthy and Carson Wentz doesn't sprain friggin' his ankles again, who knows? Who knows what could happen? The NFL's weird this year, so anything could come out in the next 11 weeks. We got 10 weeks. Next 10 weeks, anything can happen.
So. 10 weeks. 10 weeks.
Finally, Monday night game.
Woo!
I hate whoever the fucking Seahawks kicker is. Man,
Jason Myers.
I cannot believe that he missed those freaking attempts, dude.
It was windy, man. Come on, man. They're playing in a rainstorm too.
I don't care. We could have beat you. On, man. We could have beat you. Me and Tyler could have had that.
Nope. Hey, Alvin Kamara too, man.
Yeah, Kamara played a good game.
Woo! God dang.
But I mean,
and they're playing in the rain, man. Like, same thing. Bomb cyclone up there too. Like,
yeah,
nonstop rain. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's another running game, and sure enough, Kamara just went off.
Yep, and it came down to the missed field goals. I mean, literally, he makes those. They win the game. And this is a good time to go over records. If they'd made those field goals, Tyler and I would have tied for first and beat you.
Let's go. Hey, man, I gotta go with my gut.
You've been on top for a full month. For a full month, you've had the best record in our predictions.
Should have been a betting man.
Oh yeah, 10-3. Yeah,
I need to go to Vegas.
Tyler and I went 9-4. Diver took my basement spot, 8-5.
Yeah, he did.
He's honestly probably just keeping the couch warm. That's probably all he's doing.
I don't know. This week's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
If you look at the schedule, like this is the week that's gonna make or break me.
Oh, this is gonna be the week that makes or breaks all of us. Because I mean,
yeah,
we have the week 8 schedule that's got the updated yearly record for us, and I mean we're all within like 6 games of each other. So I mean,
do you have it up?
I'm gonna pull it up here in a second when we get to the week 8 predictions. But yeah,
okay,
yeah, we're all in 6-7 games of each other. So this is gonna be an interesting week.
Yeah. I can't wait, man. These are actually games I'll watch. Compared to like 1 or 2 games a week, this weekend's going to be awesome.
Oh, this weekend's going to be a good weekend. Yeah. But let's go ahead and get into our fantasy totals as well. We were talking about that. Thank you, Kyler Murray, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, and Cooper Kupp for giving us just the fucking greatest amount of points that we could have asked for. You were right. You called it. Any quarterback that plays against the Texans, man.
Yep.
Just kind of
go for them. You start that quarterback.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford this week. Just a heads up. You start him.
Yep.
Cooper Kupp. You start him.
Yep. But I mean, Kyler got us 45. Derrick Henry got us 30.75.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor got his 27. DeAndre still did good too. He got his 14 and a half. Devontae Adams got a 16. Our lowest scorer was the tight end. It was Mark Andrews, and that's
Yeah.
that was surprising because
You playing against Cincinnati.
we still thought they were going to ball out against Cincinnati. But yeah, Cooper Kupp got us 35 and a half. The Cardinals defense got us 13, and then Justin Tucker got us 6. That's the most we put up so far, 193.25 points. So that was a good little roster we had set last week.
Yeah. Epic.
Yeah, we did a good job.
That's gonna be hard to break that, man. I don't see if we put up any other team like that. I don't know
how we break it.
Yeah.
That might be the best total we get. But I think that's gonna do it for this little bit right here. We missed our question at the beginning. So, do you have a question you want to ask, or do you want me to ask the question, or what are we doing here?
Oh, you go ahead and ask the question. You go ahead.
Okay. How about let's do something like this. In honor of Halloween on Sunday, if you can remember it, what was the first thing you dressed up as a kid? Whether the first thing you chose or the first thing your parents put you in, and when was the last time you trick-or-treated, and what did you go as that year?
I think my very first costume I remember wearing was Ghostface for Scream.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah. I don't know why. I was into the scary movies back then, and that was the first Scream was good. So that was my first costume. And then the last costume I had on, god dang. I can't even remember, man. I think I dressed up as the Joker one year.
Just as the Joker?
Yeah.
Pretty
This
cool.
was like 6 years ago. It was for like a Halloween party we went to, but I think that's what I did.
All right, that's pretty cool.
What about you?
Oh God, I honestly could not tell you. I've seen pictures before, but I'm always so unsure what is me and what is my sister. But I know one of us was a pumpkin, and the other one was like a pea in a pod. That was like what our mom had us as.
That's epic.
The first Halloween I remember, I dressed up as John Elway. Like that
snap!
That was my Halloween costume. I was.
Did you have the helmet and everything?
Dude, I had a helmet. I had like
the
jersey and all that. I had shoulder pads on. It was cool. But yeah, I went and I trick-or-treated as John Elway. And the last Halloween where I dressed up, oh God, I don't even think you can technically call it as dressing up. It was my 7th grade year. I was 12. We had plans to go trick-or-treating, but it was like a group of me and these guys from school, and it was like the first time I'd ever been invited to go hang out with somebody for Halloween. Like it was the first time I'd been away from my family. But we just sat and we played like a Madden tournament at this guy's house, and we played a Madden tournament. We ordered like Domino's pizza, so we were sitting there and we were doing that, and we did that until maybe like 8 or 9, and then we went out and we got candy. I don't even think I was dressed up. I think I was just wearing like street clothes, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just a normal teenager. Woo, give me candy. You know?
Street clothes and a pillowcase.
Yeah.
That's it.
The only thing I really remember from that night was one of our friends was dressed up as like one of those inflatable sumo wrestlers. And we were crossing the street, right? And this car had made a turn from like one of the back roads. And we just didn't see them turn. So like as we were crossing, they turned, and so we had to run across, and this guy was sprinting like across the street, but he was in his sumo outfit. And when he was going across, he just tripped and he punctured his sumo outfit, so we could just hear this thing fucking deflating when he gets up, and it's just
yeah.
And he goes, well, this sucks. And so for like the rest of the night, he was like, yeah, I'm just a fat guy who lost a bunch of weight. This is all my extra skin. So that's what he was for the rest of the night.
It's even better. It's even better.
But yeah, that's the last time I remember doing anything for Halloween. I mean, that was like 7th grade.
Question.
So
yeah, that was a long time ago, man.
I mean, every year since, I just hand out candy, and I friggin' order me a pizza, and
it's this Sunday, right?
Yeah, it's this Sunday. So I mean, there's gonna be football on. I don't really
I
care.
haven't even bought candy. I probably should do that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have Sunday Night Football on. Like I'm gonna be that guy. Hey, what up? Here, you want candy? Here you go. Take it.
Take it,
Get out
man.
of here.
Get that out of here.
Yeah. In my neighborhood, there's a whole bunch of kids here, so I'm like, shit. How many bags of candy do I get?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's funny because my sister says it's mean, but I give out candy based upon the Halloween costume, right? And she goes, "That's cruel." She goes, "That's not fair." And I was like, "Okay, I'm not the kind of guy who's like, oh, it's homemade. That's disgusting." You know, I know some kids are poor, whatever. I'm not gonna be that way.
Dude, don't be judging them. Come on, man.
I'm just talking about like originality. Like, I mean,
Okay.
the year that Frozen came out, I saw like 40 Elsas, right? And I was like, I'm not giving you kids like good candy. Be original. Have something, unique.
Okay, man. We all know you said you don't get shit. Get off my doorstep.
Yeah. But I was like, so like I would give them like one candy, or I'd give them like two candies. But like
Wow.
there was this kid that had made like his own costume, right? And he was like he made like a homemade Gundam, and it looked so cool. He had like a little sword, and like you could flip open his mask, and you could tell it was homemade. But I mean, it looked sick, and so I think it was only like 7:30. But I was like, you know what, kid? This is like the coolest costume I've ever seen. Here's like half of my bucket. So I gave him like half of my like bowl,
dude.
and that kid was so excited. And it's funny because you could hear him going down the driveway, and he goes, "That guy just gave me like half of the bucket." And so all these other kids were walking by there or sprinting up to the door, and I was like, "I'm not giving you kids half a bucket."
You only probably gave them one piece, like a lollipop.
Yeah.
Like you would.
I was like, well, I mean, like I said, originality. Don't come at me dressed as the same thing that like 40 other kids are dressed up as. You know? Yeah. I mean, I know it's not like a choice all the time. Some kids like certain stuff, stuff is what do they call it? Marketed that way. Stuff is appealing to kids. But like, if you're gonna take the time and effort to do something unique, I'm giving you more candy. Like that's just the way that I do.
They appreciate it anyways.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I don't give out full size candy bars either. I'm the house that they probably would egg if they could. They're like, that fat fucker only gives out fun size candy bars. He's probably hoarding the full size. It's like,
Fucker,
well,
no.
yeah, I kind of am. All right, man. Let's take a quick break. You gonna take a quick break?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, guys. We're gonna take a small break, and then we'll be back with our second half of our show. So you guys just stay tuned. We'll talk to you in a few minutes, and we'll be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for waiting during our little intermission there. But we are back. We're going to discuss the Week 8 schedule. Garcia's got our 4 downs this week, and then at the end we have a little announcement for a guest we have next week, so we'll get to that when we can get to that. But let's go ahead and go over this Week 8 schedule real quick, make some predictions. Tyler will have to send his later. He's probably asleep now. He hasn't been active in chat for a while.
Oh, well, you got divers picks too, or no?
And Tyler hasn't sent me divers yet, so no, it's just gonna be you and me for right now.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right, so let's get into it. Tomorrow night's game, Thursday night, Packers Cardinals. I have to go Cardinals right off the bat. I don't know about you.
Well, I originally said Packers, but now that Devontae Adams and Lazard, both wide receivers, are out right now.
Yep, are out
on the COVID list. That changes my pick.
You're gonna have to go to Arizona.
Oh man, see, but if they're healthy tomorrow, I'm like, dang, I want to go Packers.
Yeah, but they've already been listed as out though. They're already.
Are they out for sure?
Yeah,
like I thought they were pending.
Oh, they're for sure. They had to have tested negative today, or they have to test negative 48 hours before and 24 hours before. They didn't test negative yesterday, so yeah, they're out tomorrow.
Tyler just sent us a message too.
Oh, Tyler said Cardinals.
Oh,
Tyler's awake.
He put Cardinals.
Tyler's awake, so let's put Tyler for Cardinals.
Let's see. Damn it! All right, I'm gonna have to go Cardinals on this one. Shit.
All right.
Yeah, I go Cardinals.
Alrighty, and let's see, Carolina versus Atlanta. I mean, Carolina has fallen off, and I mean, I don't think they're going to find their footing against the Falcons. I have to go Atlanta.
Yep, same Atlanta.
Atlanta. What about you, Tyler? You're back in chat. Atlanta or Carolina? Gonna give him a second.
And by the way, man, if you're on here, stay tuned if you can for the 4 downs. You're gonna like what I got.
You said Falcons. Okay,
You said Falcons? Okay, cool.
Tyler said Falcons. All right. Tennessee versus Indianapolis. I mean, it's gonna be Tennessee, right? Right? You think Henry's gonna run for another 3 touchdowns, probably?
Yeah, this is a divisional game too.
Yeah.
I see Tennessee winning this game.
I think I see Tennessee winning this game too. And I haven't said anything in chat. We'll just move on, but just post your stuff in chat. We'll read it when we get to it, man.
Let me see.
He said Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay, yeah, Diver said Tennessee too.
Oh, did Tyler send Diver stuff?
Yeah, it's on Facebook Messenger.
Oh, all right. Yeah, Cards, Falcons, Titan. Okay, yeah, Diver's right along with us. All right. Miami and Buffalo. This is Buffalo. Easy. Yeah, this is easy.
Yep. Buffalo.
And Diver picked Buffalo as well. Okay. Cincinnati versus the Jets. I mean, it's gonna be Cincinnati. That's an easy one again.
Cincy.
Are you picking Buffalo, Tyler? Yeah, there it is.
Of course he is.
Yeah, of course he is. Of course Tyler's picking.
Come on,
Buffalo.
come on.
So it's Diver. Diver's picking Cincy. Fuck you, Dolphin.
Fuck you, Dolphin.
Damn it.
Oh, I had to,
Cincy.
man.
Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. This is gonna be a rough one because are they still without Baker? Is Baker cleared?
They said Baker could play. It's in Cleveland. Let me see.
I mean, I still think Cleveland has a better team.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Browns.
Just said it's possible for him to play.
Diver's going with the Browns as well.
Yeah, I'm going Cleveland on this one.
All right. And Tyler's still behind. So. I mean, it's supposed to be. He's supposed to be able to hear us in real time. So.
Yeah, he said Cleveland.
He said Cleveland. Okay.
That's stuck in my head, man. Fuck you, Dolphin.
Fuck you, Dolphin. Philly versus Detroit. Okay. I think this could be the week the Lions get their first win.
I can see it too.
I really do.
I wouldn't be surprised if they win though.
I'm gonna go with Lions for this game.
Eagles. Tyler went with Eagles.
So did Diver. I'm going with the Lions. I think the Lions could win this game.
I think I'm gonna go Philly on this one.
Oh, just me. Yay, I'm gonna be in the basement just by this game. Rams at Houston. I mean, I think we're all unanimous on this one.
Doesn't even matter if Tyrod Taylor's coming back. Rams are still gonna beat that ass.
Yeah, they're gonna beat the crap out of him. San Fran at Chicago. I think the Niners are gonna win this game.
Yep, same.
Yeah.
Tyler went Rams.
Okay. All right. Fuck you, Texas. Oh, that's great.
Oh my gosh! Thanks, man. Fuck you, Texas. Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be a rough one. New England versus the Chargers.
Ooh, damn. What are their records?
Diver says the Chargers.
3-4, 4-2.
I don't know what team we're gonna get out of the Chargers. I mean, we could get the team that got destroyed by Baltimore, and the Patriots could just destroy them. But we could also just get the team that destroys anybody else, and the Patriots could just be run through. Tyler says Chargers. He also said yes for the 49ers.
Did he?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look really quick.
I think I have to say Chargers. I think I have to say Chargers too. Because Keenan Allen's playing awesome. I mean, nobody's hurt, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Chargers. Don't you be that? Don't you be that odd man out, you fuck! Don't you do it?
I just wouldn't be surprised though.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots won. But I mean, yeah, yeah, Charlie even said Chargers coming off a bye, you have to go Chargers.
Yeah, we're going Chargers.
Okay. Jacksonville at Seattle.
Woo! Yeah.
This is a big one. I feel like I can't even use the in Seattle argument here. Seattle's been losing home games. Can the Jags go into Seattle? Tyler Seahawks, huh? Okay. Let's see what Diver say. Diver said Seahawks too. Duval is trash. Oh. Oh shit. That's fighting words, Tyler. That's you're gonna get some angry Florida people.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Let's see. Tyler and Diver are going Seattle though.
Who are you going with?
I want to say Seattle, but I don't know, man. Gino.
He looks good. He's playing like he should, but their defense is trash.
Their defense sucks. Is trash. Yeah.
And that's why I'm going with Jacksonville on this one.
I'm going to go with Garcia. I'm going to say Jacksonville wins this game. Yep. Tampa Bay versus New Orleans. I mean, yeah, this is easy. Diver. Guessing you're going with the Saints. Tyler, from who? They have no fans. They're either Tampa or Miami fans. Fuck you, Jaguars. Oh shit. I'm gonna tweet this clip out. I'm gonna send it right to them. I'm gonna take this clip. I'm gonna send it right to the Jacksonville fans. Tampa fucking Brady. Yep, that's pretty much what you could call them now. The Tom Buccaneers. Washington at Denver. I really don't want to go against my team, man. But I don't know. I really don't know. We're good enough to beat them. Send it to them. Send it to Urban. I don't give a shit. Alright. I'll do it. I'll send something to Urban Meyer.
Send it!
I'm taking Denver. I'm taking Denver too, man.
I think this is y'all's rebound game, but it still ain't gonna help. Y'all will still play flat. It'll be the same old story, but I think y'all pull it out.
We'll just pull it out because they're not that good.
Yeah, I can see that.
Did Diver go Broncos? Yeah, Diver went Broncos. You going Broncos?
Yep, going Broncos.
Dallas versus Minnesota. I think this is one of those trap games. I really do.
Let's go Cowboys.
I think Dallas is supposed to win this game. I think Dallas is gonna win this game. But I think it's one that's going to be closer than we thought. I think the Vikings are going to, make it a game. And if they don't, thank goodness. The Cowboys beat the shit out of a team they're supposed to beat the shit out of.
Talk about a good Sunday night football game. If it is going to be close.
Oh, I think it's going to be close. We all go Cowboys? Yeah, we all go Cowboys. All right.
We them boys.
And Giants versus Chiefs. This might be the worst primetime game of the season.
Hey, 2-5 Giants against the 3-4 Kansas City Chiefs.
This could also go down as my favorite game of all time if the Giants beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
It can happen.
Because it would be so fucking hilarious. It would be so funny if it happened. But I don't see it happening. I honestly don't see the Giants going into Arrowhead and beating the Chiefs. So that's
I've
why
never.
I have to say Chiefs.
Um,
Tyler says Chiefs as well. Diver says Chiefs as well.
what's his name is improving.
You're gonna pick up
Daniel Jones is
the.
fucking.
you really contemplating this?
Yeah, I am contemplating it because
Damn
the
it!
Chiefs are that freaking bad on
God,
defense.
God damn it!
Um, and
Oh,
this would be a shocker too. Like, talk about a good Monday night game for the Chiefs to go down.
dude, it would honestly be one of my favorite games if they lost to the Giants. Are you gonna pull the trigger?
I'm gonna go with my gut on it, man. I'm going Giants.
Oh shit! Well,
Something's telling me, man. Hey, something's telling me.
if it happens, I'm not mad. Like, I mean, I'm not mad if it happens, but I mean, I don't see it happen. So, all right, one more quick run through. In Green Bay versus Arizona, we all picked Arizona. Carolina versus Atlanta, we all picked Atlanta. Tennessee versus Indy, we all picked Tennessee. Miami versus Buffalo, we all picked Buffalo. Cincy versus the Jets, we all picked Cincy. Pittsburgh versus the Browns, we all picked the Browns. Tyler, Diver, and Garcia picked Philadelphia. I picked Detroit. We all picked the Rams against Houston. We all picked the Niners against Chicago. We all picked the Chargers against New England. Myself and Garcia picked the Jags against Seattle, who Diver and Tyler picked. We all picked Tampa against New Orleans. We all picked Denver against Washington. We all picked Dallas against Minnesota. And Garcia is the lone wolf with the Giants against me, Diver, and Tyler against with the Chiefs.
It's okay. I was the lone wolf last Monday night too, so it's okay.
You were, and lucky fuck.
That's what got me the week, man.
It is. It's what secured the dub. All right. All right. Do we want to pick a fantasy team real quick?
Yes.
All right.
Want to do 4 downs last?
Let's do 4 downs last.
Okay. We'll finish it with the bang.
All right. Quarterback.
You already know who I'm gonna go for.
Yeah, I'd say Stafford. We're good with Stafford against the Texans.
Absolutely.
What about you, Tyler? Stafford against the Texans? Give you 10 seconds.
Or nay. Is he still on there?
I don't know.
We got 3 viewers.
I think he's in here. Give you 10 seconds. Come on.
Oh my god, the game's tonight too? Shit!
Stafford.
It's my squirrel moment, man. Watching Braves and Astros.
Okay, we're going Stafford.
Stafford? Matthew Stafford!
Matthew Stafford.
Not my team.
Let's see. Running backs. 1 and 2.
Let's go, Derrick Henry.
Always go Derrick Henry. Okay. Derrick Henry, and then a second running back.
I'm actually looking up some rankings right now too.
Dolphins, Jets, Bengals, Jets. Could Mixon have a good game against the Jets? Maybe.
When's the last game he ran over 100 yards? I just cannot envision picking Mixon. I really can't.
I think Kareem Hunt is still out for the Browns. Chubb okay? Is Chubb active?
I think he's healthy, and it's going to be
against the
Chubb
Steelers.
And Johnson running.
Lions,
I'm looking right now.
Bills, Rams, Texans, 49ers, Bears, Jags, Seahawks.
On you stupid computer. Let's go. There we go.
We could go Dalvin against the Cowboys, right?
They got Dalvin Cook rated number 2 this week against Dallas. He's averaging 3.2 yards a game.
I was just about to say that. We can go Dalvin against the Cowboys.
That's tough. But you could even go Najee Harris against Cleveland.
Is their run defense pretty good? No?
Cleveland? No, not really.
No? We could do that. We can do Najee against Browns.
No. Let's go Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook? Okay.
Yeah.
Wide receivers.
Cooper Kupp. Oh wait, no, he's the flex. Sorry.
I say we go Jamar. Jamar against the Texans, or not the Texans, against the Jets.
Yes, absolutely.
Jamar Chase.
Yo, they got Cooper Cup ranked #1 this week. Of course they do.
Against the Texans, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the PPR receiver rankings, and they got Cooper Cup 1, Tyreek Hill 2, and Justin Jefferson 3 against Dallas, and then Jamar Chase 4. So Jamar Chase is it's a good pickup.
Yeah,
I mean,
do we want to
yeah,
do Cooper for the flex while we're at it?
I'd go Cooper as the flex.
Okay, so who do we want as our second wide receiver?
You picked Jamar Chase already, right?
Yeah, I picked Jamar already.
Would you go Stephon Diggs
Stephon Diggs against the
against Miami Dolphins defense?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, against the um.
What do you think?
I
Oh
see.
no, I'm sorry.
I don't
Tyreek
know.
Hill against the Giants.
I'd say Tyreek against the Giants. That wouldn't be a bad
Okay,
pick. Yeah. So
go
we
with
want
that.
Tyreek.
Yeah, go Tyreek.
Man, watch freaking Mahomes come out and not throw for any touchdowns again.
I don't know, man. I think it's here's why I picked the Giants real quick. Is I
uh,
just think it's going to be a close game where it comes down to a field goal. I legit think
no, so there's that
the
potential.
Giants steal it with by 3.
Tight end.
Mm, I'm
Who's here?
thinking Pitts just because he's been playing consistent for the past 2 weeks.
It's.
Let's see what these rankings look like.
I say Zach Ertz can play against the Packers with Kyler.
True. True. Oh, damn. Okay. This is not bad. I'll read the top 5 to you.
All right.
Number 1 is Travis Kelce, Kyle Pitts 2, TJ Hawkinson 3, Mike Gesicki 4, and Noah Fant 5.
Take Gesicki's 4 against the Buffs.
Yeah, but he's freaking. I don't trust that,
Yeah, I
man,
don't trust
at
that
all.
either.
No.
I say I'd be willing to go with Hawkinson. That's actually not a bad one either.
He's questionable right now.
Who's Atlanta play? Carolina. That might be worth it. Hits against Carolina.
And he's been balling too. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's my initial, pick. I mean, if you think otherwise, let me know.
I'm good
Um,
with Pitts. You wanna go
Go
Pitts?
Pitts. Yeah, let's go Pitts.
Okay. Flex Cooper. E special teams. Uh, whose defense do we want to use?
I'd almost say Rams defense if they're going
That's
up against
Houston.
rookie quarterback.
That
Let's
works
see
too.
what the let's see what this defensive things. Yep, Rams #1.
Number one.
That's what they got. They got Rams 1, Bills 2, Bengals 3, Niners 4, and Bucks 5.
I say the Bengals wouldn't be a bad pick right now against the
That's
Jets.
true because they're also going up against the rookie quarterback or Joe Flacco with the Jets.
Yep.
So, shoot, whatever you think, man, you can't go wrong with either one.
Not really.
I think you'd have a better shot with
With
Cincy.
yeah, with Cincy rather than going with the Rams against Houston.
Right.
Let's
I'd go with Cincy.
go Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And then a kicker. Definitely don't want to go with Myers ever.
No.
Oh.
This year is not the year of the kicker whatsoever.
I mean, we pick McManus all the time, but I mean he's stable.
Yeah, just
Let's see. The Ravens aren't playing, so you can't go Tucker.
So the kicker rankings right now, they're all over the place. So it's like you can't go wrong with any of them.
Yeah.
You got Tyler Bass, Buffalo, Matt Prater, Greg Zerline, Greg Joseph, and Matt Gay.
Well, let's think about it this way. Who do we think is going to have the most field goals or the opportunity for most extra points?
Matt Prater, Arizona.
Prater? You think he's gonna have the most opportunity for field goals?
Oh no, they're playing against Green Bay
They're
though.
playing against Green Bay.
So,
Um,
what do you think?
feel like the Rams will have a good opportunity to put up a lot of extra points, but not a lot of field goals.
Okay.
Um, feel like Cincinnati will have a good opportunity to do both because I mean they're gonna be on the opposite side of the field pretty much all the whole game. I think they're gonna either score touchdowns or kick field goals the whole game
Okay.
against the Jets. Plus, their rookie kicker isn't that bad. Um, or McManus. I'm thinking Cincy's kicker or McManus.
Look, you initially said Cincy's kicker, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. I'd agree with you there.
What's his name? Do you know his name?
Yes, it is. Where are you? I just saw you. Evan McPherson.
Pearson.
McPherson.
All right. So we got Stafford, Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill. We got Pitts, Cup, Cincinnati's defense, and then McPherson is the kicker.
Send it.
All righty. We're good to go.
Nice.
All right. 4 downs. It's all you, man.
Woo! This is gonna be interesting. All right, man. First down. Pat Mahomes had his first game without a touchdown since joining the Chiefs, and that was in 2017. Second down. Matt Ryan has thrown for 300 yards in the last 2 games. His 336 yards were the second most this week behind Joe Burrow. This is the third time Ryan has had back-to-back 300-yard games in the last 2 years.
Yep.
Seeing a slow comeback from Matt Ryan? Good possibility. Moving over to third down with the Kansas City Chiefs. Talk about Pat Mahomes here. So right now, Pat Mahomes is tied with Jets quarterback Zach Wilson with the most interceptions in the league.
Damn.
He has
That's
17
sad.
turnovers within 7 weeks.
The Chiefs
Right?
as a whole have 17 or just Mahomes?
No, Pat Mahomes
Mahomes has 17 turnovers?
within 7 weeks. The last 3 games, he has more picks than touchdowns. He has a passer rating of 75, and he's only completed 72% of his passes.
Oh, damn. Playing like Drew Lock.
Yeah. You name these stats, it's like, what the hell?
I
Is
mean,
that Pat Mahomes? Who is this guy?
you could have come in and said those stats, and I'd have thought Zach Wilson, dude.
No, man. He's tied with him.
Damn, that's crazy.
Crazy, right? And then it goes to my fourth down. I got to go with my Texans on this one.
Alrighty.
I don't know if you saw, but they just traded Mark Ingram to the New Orleans Saints.
I did see that before we started.
From what I'm seeing from this crappy ass team is that they're selling assets. They are doing a sell all. It looks that almost every good player that they once had last year is on the market. You got Zach Cunningham, Mark Ingram for one, and now Brandon Cooks is also on the market too. So rumors are going around that he might go back to. Actually, he might get traded to Arizona, New England, and then I forget the other team. There was another team. Oh, New Orleans, that he possibly could get traded. So you see the Texans unloading everything, and teams are trying to pick up players. And yeah, Brandon Cooks might be on the way out to a contender. My guess here is that the Texans obviously will be going up for a top 5 pick, and they're going to fire David Culley because he was the scapegoat here. He was I guess, the fill-in for whatever head coach they're trying to get.
Alrighty.
And they're done. Obviously, their record says it all, but yep.
You think they're just gonna tank?
Yeah, they're going to tank. Like, you see the Lions are competitive at least.
Yeah.
This Texans team have only put 5 points up the past 2 weeks. 5 points. That's it. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. 5 points, legit. That's it. Like, what the hell, man?
Yep.
As a fan base, they're hurting bad, and they're only 4 years removed from the playoffs. 4 years.
Was it really 4 years ago when they made that run?
Yeah.
That sucks.
4 years. Actually, no. I'm sorry. 3 years. It's only been 3 years.
Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah.
That's even
For a team
worse.
to tank that fast, man. But then you trade all your good players, man. Like I can go on and on about, the Texans or whatever, but it seems like they're just gonna roll into next year and just go for draft picks and rebuild. Because all they did was pick up crappy players. Not crappy players, I'm sorry. Fill-in players from different teams, and they're just trying to fill in the gaps, man. And they're just not competitive. Not competitive whatsoever.
that's
So David Culley is gone.
that's rough.
Bye. Piss out of Houston.
In all
But yeah,
honesty, in all honesty, with the way you were talking about it last night, I thought your four downs was going to be that the Texans were going to get sold and not be a team.
I really, you know what? I can see them being sold again.
Really?
I really can. I can see them moving to St. Louis because it's the same issue that happened to the Houston Oilers towards the end of their tenure. Same exact thing. Community, the city was getting frustrated, the team was garbage. They weren't getting enough income whatsoever from their city, right? And I think a lot had to do with the stadium as well, because the Astrodome was old and it's still up now. Um, so they had to move. So where do you go to where you're wanted? And they go to Tennessee, and they kept the Oilers' history. I mean, they are still technically the Oilers, right?
Yeah.
So they're kicking ass, they're doing good. But Houston, they're running into the same issue, not necessarily for a stadium, but no one in Houston is really supporting them because you know what you're going to get with Houston right now. It's trash. You're going to trade Deshaun Watson, like the best quarterback we've ever had in Texans history, and didn't even last 5 years. And now he doesn't even want to play it down because you trade his best wide receiver for a second round pick.
Yep.
So what do? You leave. I don't blame JJ Watt for leaving. I don't blame DeAndre, and they have no ill feelings whatsoever against Houston, man, because they had good history there too.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope they win a ring. But Houston, just sell the team. Do yourself a favor. Move them to St. Louis. Like, I just don't see them. They're the laughing stock. They're the Cleveland Browns of like the early 2000s when they were always trash. You knew what you were getting with Cleveland in the early 2000s.
Yep.
They're that team now. This is the worst Texans team in history. They're worse than their inaugural team in 2002. David Carr's team could beat this fucking team.
I wouldn't
And that's saying a lot.
I wouldn't disagree with that statement.
Because they had a good defense. They at least had a decent defense in the league in 2002. This team here is, I don't know, man. Like,
They ain't
can
it.
we bring Gary Kubiak back? Come on, out of retirement, come back to Houston. Wade Phillips too. Come on, man. Bring Matt Schaub out of retirement. Hey, someone could throw a damn ball.
Yep.
But that's my tirade, man. I can go on and on, but
I know. I feel where you are. I know that feeling.
jeez, man. Like the Broncos are a better team than Houston. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So like to see them trade Mark Ingram now, it's like, okay, he was the starting back. You don't know what you're gonna get from this team. So when we're doing picks and you know whoever team is playing Houston, you pick them. You pick them. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. That's it.
I hear you. I hear you 100%. But that's four downs. We got our picks out of the way. We have our fantasy team for week 8. And that was the four downs. So we're going to get into a few small things before we head out. First big thing. Tyler. I mean, CSUP is a better team than Houston.
Hey, you ain't lying, man.
Yeah,
you ain't lying.
At this point, yeah.
Jeez.
Don't
get me started.
But before we started, Spider-Man No Way Home started trending. I think it was mentioned along with the new photos that Empire, like the magazine, put out either today or yesterday. They've been putting out pictures all week, really. But somebody had said that the Sandman from Tobey's, like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 is going to be in this movie, and that the Lizard from Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man is also going to be in this movie. I mean, it's just rumors, and it's always rumors, but I mean, how would you feel about that? I mean, I was a big fan of Spider-Man 3 when it came out. You know, as a kid, I was like 10, and I really enjoyed that movie. um, I figured like Sandman was the best villain in that movie. To be honest, I didn't like Harry's whatever he was, and I didn't really
Right.
care for Topher Grace's Venom. But I thought the Sandman they had in that movie was pretty decent. um, I feel like aside from a little bit shaky CGI, I also felt the Lizard was pretty good too. I feel like he'd be done pretty well in the hands of Marvel. So,
Yeah.
but I
I can see
mean,
that.
if that's the case, we're like at what 7, 8 villains that are supposed to show up now because we already have confirmation that Alfred Molina's in it. The first trailer, it looked like Defoe's Green Goblin's going to be in it. There was also like that leak that Jamie Foxx's Electro is going to be in it.
Yes, that's confirmed.
There might be Michael Keaton's Vulture. You never know if that happens. Like, it's also a possibility. I mean, this could be like one of those crazy movies that you're not expecting it to be crazy when you go to watch it, but then you watch it and you're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I
I think. Oh, go ahead.
I
Sorry.
was gonna say, I even think John Watts came on Twitter and said like, think of this as Spider-Man Endgame, like in terms of scope, and I was like, holy shit. Like
Yes.
if
And that's what I was gonna say too, man. It's
uh
like I've read a whole bunch of articles and sources and stuff saying that they treated this movie as the finale for Spider-Man,
yeah.
but yet it's so action packed. Like it's Spider-Man's universe, like in the MCU. Is like, is this the final Spider-Man in the MCU
I,
for now? Right?
yeah, I mean, I kind of hope not. I really don't, because I I I love Spider-Man. Like, to be perfectly transparent, Spider-Man has been my favorite superhero since I was like 4 years old. Um, I've always liked the Tobey movies. I even like the Andrew Garfield movies. I think they got too much flack from people. Um, Tom's good at what he does. You know. Uh, Loved all the games. Loved all kinds of stuff. It's Spider-Man. Spider-Man is wonderful. Um, However, I don't know if I would be upset if the deal ended and Sony just took Spider-Man back and started just making like Sony only Spider-Man things again. Um, because I mean, Into the Spider-Verse wasn't bad, and that was just strictly Sony. I mean, that was a great movie. I thought it was a fantastic movie. I'm ready for the sequel when it comes out next year.
What sucks is too. You bring up a good point there. It was a great movie, right? They started something there.
Yeah,
But then if Sony stays with Spider-Man, right? They get him out of the MCU, they have a ceiling again. They're going to run into the same issue again.
yeah. You
They can
can't,
only tell
you
so
can't,
much of the story.
yeah, you can't mention other things anymore.
Yeah,
And I mean,
and that's why I'm Go ahead.
that's I was gonna say that's where I feel like Spider-Man is at its strongest. Is it's always nice to have just these friendly neighborhood stories. You know, it's always nice to have these small. Well, not small. I mean, it's definitely not small scale, but these what's the movie term for it? Where it's not interconnected. It's just standalone.
Right.
You know, the small standalone stories are great, but with the MCU moving towards what it's moving towards with like the Fantastic Four, and it's moving towards, you know, there's going to be a Blade movie. I mean, it would be such a loss for Marvel to pull, or for Marvel to lose Spider-Man, because then you don't get that interaction between Michael Morbius and Blade when Blade comes around. That they like team up, and that would be sick to have for them to like team up. But because Michael Morbius is a Spider-Man character, you lose that opportunity. Spider-Man teams up with the Fantastic Four in the comics, and I mean, I don't know if he would in the MCU at any point, but it would still be cool to have like that interaction eventually somewhere down the road. So I mean, I have read the same rumors. I've seen the articles. This could be the end of Spider-Man in the MCU. I hope it's not. I really hope it's not. If it is and it goes out in some kind of spectacular fashion, that'd be cool. I'd really appreciate it. But at the same time, I hope the deal stands. I hope they come up with a new deal or whatever it takes. Because as much as this looks like it could be Sinister Six, I feel like I want Sinister Six to be an MCU movie that also has like wider implications than just the Spider-Man stuff.
I could see that. It's you don't know what you're gonna get, and that's what with these trailers, and you're not knowing too much about it. You know what we know, but what's gonna happen after this? Like that's tough, man.
Yeah.
It really is. I
Uh,
just hope they figure something out because you have the MCU has a good thing they always have with their storytelling and with whatever creativity they got with the stories. But if it goes back to Sony, they might just be crawling back to Disney. Who knows at this point? But I can't wait, man. I cannot wait.
Oh yeah, December 17th cannot come fast enough.
Yeah.
it can't. I think the only thing that would possibly make me not upset about Sony taking full rights back is, I don't know if you ever saw it, but the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon that came out in like the mid 2000s.
Yes.
It is the best. It is the best iteration of Spider-Man ever to exist.
Are you talking about the one that lasted like 6 years or something like that?
No, it lasted like a season and a half. I don't even think season 2 finished. Like they got like halfway through a season or something, or it might have been 2 full seasons. But the way that story went, it was like focusing on when Peter first got bit in high school and like his last year or so of high school. And I mean, it's not all comic accurate and it's not all, the way it has to be. But I mean, in terms of a cohesive story, the people they had in the as the voice actors for the show, it was hands down the best iteration of Spider-Man. And I remember watching it, and then I remember when when Sony had given Marvel the rights to animated Spider-Man TV shows. That was like right after the finale of season 2, and they had said that they weren't going to continue work on it anymore because it was a Sony property. And I was like, that sucks so much.
Yeah.
I was like, that sucks so bad. I don't know if you've ever heard of them by name, but like they had Eddie Brock, played by Benjamin Diskin, and I mean he's in a lot of video games. Josh Keaton played Peter Parker. It's just a great show. If you ever find the opportunity to watch it, is that on
Disney too?
No. I you know how Disney Plus has like that little what shows do you want on here feature? I've requested that show to be on Disney Plus.
Right.
Like for the last year and a half. And like I said, it's a Sony property, so I doubt they'll ever put it on Disney Plus.
Oh, this was on 2017 to 2020? Or is this 2008 to 2009?
2008, 2009. It's called The Spectacular Spider-Man. It's amazing. And I mean, it's made for kids. It's a story that can be enjoyed by teenagers. And I mean, I think I really like it because, I watched it as a kid. Right. But I mean, I went back and I watched it maybe 6 months ago because I found the episodes on Amazon. It's really good. I mean, if they were to
take a look, man. That's cool, man.
If they were able to continue that, or if they were able to even just finish it, give me a third season where you finish the story because they left it on a cliffhanger and it kind of pissed me off. But it's probably the best version of Spider-Man.
I'll have to take a look at that one. That's cool.
Okay. Anyway, that's enough talking about all that. I think we're done with the football stuff. Okay. The last thing we do want to say is that next Wednesday, 6:30 p.m., we're going to be doing episode 18. We are going to be having the real Rex TV on as a guest. Rex is one of our friends. He streams over on the real Rex TV on Twitch. He also has a YouTube channel. And we're going to have him on here. We're going to have him on for the full length of the podcast. We're going to have him talk some stuff with us. We're going to have him sit down and chat. But that is the announcement we wanted to make, is that we have a guest on next week. And we're also still looking for more guests. If you want to be a part of the podcast, doesn't matter if you're a excuse me, doesn't matter if you're a creator, influencer, activist, whatever you are, an avid sports fan, if you want to be on the podcast, please send a request over to our Gmail. It is mostokayest@gmail.com. Spelled just the way of the Mostest Okayest podcast. You can see it on our Twitter at Mostest Okayest, on our Instagram at the Mostest Okayest podcast. Again, if you want to be on the podcast, the best way to do so, send us an email at mostestokayest@gmail.com. You can also DM any of us. You can DM the podcast. It doesn't matter. We'll try to figure out something. We'll try to have you guys on here. But our first guest next week is going to be the real Rex TV. We have been looking forward to getting Rex on, and we're going to have him on next week. Is there anything else you would like to say before we sign off, Garcia?
No, man, you hit everything.
All right.
Another good podcast.
Another good podcast. I am a little tired. It's been a long time. That night, I think I've rambled a little too much today. So we're going to go ahead and end it. We really appreciate you guys for coming on. We really appreciate you guys for coming and tuning in. We appreciate Tyler sitting in chat and interacting today. If you guys were here and you didn't interact with chat, that's okay. That's fine. We're good with lurking too. Really appreciate it. And one more time before we go, congratulations again to Tyler and Abby on the birth of their son.
Yes, congrats.
We love you guys. We're glad that he's healthy. We're glad that you guys are healthy. Now you guys get some rest. You're gonna need it.
Plenty of sleep.
But yeah, that's the podcast. We will see you guys next week, and we will talk to you all later.